Hi guys, this is Demonick Angel here today, and I'm just picking up with another tarot card reading. Usually I've just been going through the major arcana in order so far, but today I thought I'd do a card that just kind of spoke to me, or that I thought I'd kind of share with you guys, and then we'll go back to the major arcana again. Just kind of thinking a lot about Buddhism lately, and this card kind of pertains to that. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about the Four of Cups. I drew it a few times lately, and then had just been looking into, as I said, some Buddhist stuff. Again, it's always great to refresh on that. So, just looking at the Four of Cups here for reference. Basically, we have this young man, and he does appear young, and he's sitting underneath a tree with his arms folded like so, and in front of him are 3 cups, and he just doesn't seem to be looking at any of these cups at all. And then it appears like like out of a cloud there's a hand offering him another 4th cup, but he doesn't seem to see any of this. And, he's sitting against a tree, and in the background, farther away, are some mountains here. So, and it's very green around him. This young man, sitting against the tree, immediately reminded me of the story of the Buddha, who at the age of 29, that's where Buddha goes out on his adventure, and he leaves his wife, his son, his normal life behind in search of himself, and he does his meditation under the tree. So the Four of Cups up right here is kind of the whole process of this. Looks like the young man has nice clothes. At least, he's dressed well enough. And because, as you know, with tarot, cups represent the element of water, emotion. So the 3 cups before him, he is not paying attention to. So, what this kind of represents are his what we all choose to emotionally fill our cups with. So, in the Buddhist case, it was partying and wealth and all those things that most of us at a young age fill our emotions with, because it really is how you choose. It's not just, yes, we all kind of go through things in life, and it's just really like you can't control that, all these things that are happening, but you have to deal with it in some way. You have to fill your emotions in response to your emotional environment. And so, obviously, when we're young, there's that period of time where you think that materialism is going to be like the emotional things that you can fill, that you can drink, consume, and that will be okay, like that will work out for you, and it will make you happy. So clearly, though, so these 3 cups are basically these emotional ways that the young man is coping with life. Like, let's say that it is, drinking, drugs, promiscuity, just too many video games, too much shopping, anything like that is just all about the right now, all about the emotional fulfillment of the moment, and it's not about it's not going to be emotionally satisfying and healthy. So the reason he's sitting underneath the tree here in the 4 of Cups is because he's thinking about, here I have, I have women, I have alcohol, and I have shopping, okay? But none of this, he's sitting alone, and the reason he's alone is he's thinking, hey, none of this is actually making me happy. I mean, it feels good in the moment, but as he's learning, the things that we choose to consume emotionally, like the ways we choose to deal with it, also consume us. It's always that two-way process. So he is coming to this realization, and he had to come to that through experience, through basically learning from his passions and desires and all of those things that are offered to us in Western civilization, Western culture. Hey, yeah, you got getting fucked up. I got more than one girl at the same time, right? And so, but it's not making him satisfied. So he had to learn that by himself, and there is value in that, into being young, and you're going to test that out for yourself. But in front of him and up above these 3 cups is a 4th cup that is coming out of a cloud, and it's like a hand reaching, and it's offering this 4th cup to him, and he doesn't seem to see it, perceive it, because he's not at that point yet. He can't see that, and the 4th cup here really represents the good emotional waters to drink from, like exercising to deal with your stress, eating well. I mean, kind of those cliche things, like having a good, healthy friendship, seeing your family more, reconnecting, and then dealing with your emotions that way. Drawing, getting your creativity going, expressing it in anything that could be called healthy. It's not a shortcut, and we all have to drink from the emotional waters. We all have to decide, I had a bad day, this is how I'm going to respond to that. This is how I'm going to deal with it, how I'm going to calm down, process it, and step back from it. And this is what's fulfilling. So he doesn't see that, though, because he is thinking about, why doesn't materialism, why doesn't that make me happy? And he's just at that point where he's thinking about it. So he isn't quite ready to give this up yet in the upright position of the 4 of Cups. But he is thinking, and he's coming to this realization that these emotional shortcuts of the young are not fulfilling. They're not thirst quenching. It's like drinking soda instead of water all day. It's not good for you. It's not going to be satisfying, and it's not going to keep you going and help you out when you're older. Another aspect of this card is that as he thinks about all these things, he is kind of setting himself up for the ways this is good for the things he's going to do when he's older. Because when he's older, he'll have already come to this crossroads. And 4 is the number of, the cross or crossroads. This point of having to make this decision about stability, going one way or going another, choosing one thing over another. And so for him to sit down and realize that he needs the emotional life of an adult, dealing with things in a mature fashion, that will help him later as he goes through his journey of life. So there is value that he's going through this, of course, and he's out in nature. He's out sitting against the tree, and the tree, that symbol of Buddha, of a person sitting against a tree is rooted to nature and it's grounded. And so it's like you're like when you meditate, you're reconnecting, you're attempting to reconnect to reality here. And nature is still there. Nature is still there for you, for him, the Fool. And this is an absolutely good thing for him to go through, although in the upright position here, it really indicates that he's struggling with this. He hasn't quite given up, the shallow emotional waters of materialism, but he is realizing that he's coming to that process that this is not going to do well for me when as I age. It's not going to make me happy or content. It might be quick and easy, it might be exciting, but it's not making me happy. And if anybody who's been young, you've been through that, and you think that partying will make you happy and shallow friends will make you happy, the quick satisfaction will make you happy, it doesn't. And you realize that after you do that, if you're ready to not be in denial. So he's past denial. He's past denial, and he's thinking about this, because we wouldn't be here talking about the 4 of Cups at this point if he was in denial, because he would think, oh, this is all really good for me, this really makes me happy, these things I choose to do fulfill me. But it would be that denial and that lie. So he's past that, and he's kind of and he's alone, away from it all. Reversed, the 4 of Cups reversed is where a person, the Fool, has come to this crossroads here and is meditating under the tree and realizes, hey, I can see that 4th cup that the heavens are offering to me, the 4th cup of maturation and emotional fulfillment, and realizing that the things I choose to deal with emotionally, yes, life is emotional, but I can choose my emotional responses to help me deal with this. He sees that. So after a period of time of these 3 of Cups, these 3 emotional things that are very unfulfilling, he gets he feels the stagnation of that. Repeating it over and over and over again. Partying, this and that. And the outcome is always the same. And he sees that and he thinks, it's time for me to essentially go be by myself, meditate, and grow up. So now he's gone through that process in the reverse position, and he's ready to go out in the world and integrate as an adult. And what I mean by that is for him to be, he's going to choose healthier ways to deal with his emotions. And he understands on that conscious level that the emotions that we choose to consume also consume us. That kind of two-way process. So he's going to take that, I might have to get a regular job and work hard, but that will be satisfying and it will make me content and it will make me stable, so that as I age, I can have this to, like when life, as we become adults, we realize life can be unexpected. So he's ready to go set some stability for himself. And that's, what number 4 is like that crossroads of picking stability over chaos and that kind of thing. So he's going to choose to be that healthy adult, a reintegration. So it's like somebody who's kind of been reclusive or lost because they've needed to meditate, come to that conclusion. Like Buddha. That's what I was really saying in this video here. Really reminds me of that. And wow, I'm ready to drink the emotional waters of hard work, and instead of these quick things that are materialistic, and it's a great quick way to get those neurotransmitters right from your brain, but it doesn't match up with reality. So there's that, that's what he realizes is, hey, that's not really good reality to choose. I'm going to choose, like I said, health, exercise, a stable job, let's say, or a stable hobby, stable friendships, stable family relationships. And then he can also be alone now at this point. So the reverse 4 cups, he has spent that time alone, but it's been good for him, and he understands like himself as an individual because meditating has grounded him to reality. So like the Buddha, when Buddha was 29, he sets off on his journey, and it takes him a while, to realize things through meditation, and Buddha eventually comes back, as we all know. This is the same kind of journey, and so I drew this card a few different times for some people recently, and I was like, well, we'll skip around the tarot a little bit. But, so, there's some symbolisms there for you in the upright and reverse positions. And, basically that is really the important message of this card. So, we'll talk about some further Buddhist teachings and attachment theories, because I've been talking about that. I'd also like to encourage you guys to please go to my Patreon page, because I have started posting up a bonus video every month here for any patrons, and I'm about to put a new one up here in a few days. So just go there and check that out, and it would be really great because you could get to see my bonus video where I talk about my personal life a little bit, or just some extra insights I might have. But I thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.